did drugs in Japan, but we have the very well known cases with Kerry, whether it be alleged or whether it be public knowledge. Each one of them, aside from Kevin, who is the only one still alive, was going through something that they were meant to hold this image, and they were now dropping from that. They were no longer sustaining that blue chip family, that wrestling royalty family. They kind of peaked where they were, and they were just coasting at this point. So they all did very well as they were coming up trying to hit the mountaintop. But once they stopped climbing and they just started cruising, that's when we started to see some issues come through, in my opinion. So I think it was the pressure of being Texas' favorite family.
But do you think that there could have been more to it? I mean,
Absolutely. We could sit here and speculate for days.
Look, I don't want to throw out, false accusations here or anything, but
no, that's why I want to make it very clear that this is just my opinion.
So my question is this. We've covered, the abuse in pro wrestling in the past, and wrestlers that have suffered physical, sexual, emotional abuse from people within the business. Fritz was a wrestler, and his boys were second-generation wrestlers. Could there have been something that have happened which has traumatized these boys or traumatized these men to the point that they couldn't have done? Could they have gone through some sort of trauma and not known how to deal with it, not known how to go to Fritz and say, Dad, something happened. This person has done this to me when I was this age. You know what I mean? Like, no. I'm not saying there was any child abuse or sexual abuse there, but I'm just saying you can't rule it out when three siblings commit suicide in the span of a decade, almost 3 in 10 years. Like you I don't know. You kind of have to ask that question.
Well, I mean, the problem is this. I mean, the thing about I'm looking at is, look, Fritz von Erich was a hard-nosed, old-school wrestler who, again, when I said in the beginning of the show, didn't really show too much emotions because he had it all together. Now, the thing is that you have to hold yourself to a high standard when you're dealing with your dad. I think he was the patriarch of the family. You did what Dad told you to do, and they didn't really have much. Again, like Kevin said, I'm just speculating. I just feel they didn't have much say in what they input in their career. They just had to do what the dad said, just like not the Beatles, just
Michael
like
Jackson.
Michael Jackson, the Beach Boys. The dad was in control of the family, and maybe, and I'm just making this up here, but maybe one of the guys wanted to be, a police officer or a doctor, and they no, you're going to be a fucking wrestler because you're a Von Erich and the family is going to keep pushing forward. And he pushed them in that direction. Again, I'm not saying that's what it is, but when your dad is the main guy and you do what your dad tells you to do, and if you get out of line, because at the end of his life.
Bro, I hope you enjoyed that clip. Please remember to ring the bell to get notified, subscribe, and share. And also remember, if you want more premium content, just go to russosbrand.com and patreon.com/Russo TWC. You will get 12 shows a week for under the price of $10. Russo's Brand, where pros are pros.